Hi everyone, sorry I've been absent again. Stuff is getting in the way. I finished The Obelisk Gate by N.K. Jemisin, I hope that's how you pronounce her name, which is the sequel to the 5th season, and it's the second book in the Broken Earth Trilogy. Now if you don't know anything about the Broken Earth Trilogy, I'm just going to say the 5th season, it's one of those books that you just have to plunge into and run with, because the way the story is told and unravels is amazing, and when you twig at the end of the book it just flips your head totally. But it is as far as I can work out, a dystopian sci-fi drama that focuses on prejudice and people being downtrodden just because of who they are or what they can do. And it's an amazing book, and I would highly recommend a lot of people to just sit down and read it. Just go for it and, you know, work your way through how this unique story is being told to you and the messages that are coming through, because it's incredibly powerful. It's really one of those books that just hits you in the guts. It really is. But I think it's an amazing book and should be read by pretty much everybody out there. But that's just my point of view. But the Obelisk Gate carries on from that. Now, I read it and really enjoyed it, but I was also aware it couldn't do the same thing that the 5th season did. So the storytelling is slightly different this time. It's not quite as clever, I think is the word I might use, but there's a reason for that. And I know a lot of people don't like this book as much as the 5th season, but then it has an awful lot to live up to. It also has to progress a plot that has started off. There's also character development that needs to happen, and there's a whole other storyline that needs to be brought in as well. So there's a lot going on in the Obelisk Gate. And I have to say, I did enjoy it. I thought it was a worthy continuation of the story. Was it as good as the 5th season? No. But did it progress the storyline? Did it progress the characters? Yes, it certainly did that. And it's very much that middle book in a trilogy, the middle film, if you were, of a trilogy. Okay, The Empire Strikes Back apparently is the best one of the 3 original Star Wars films. But a lot of people would agree that the second installment of a trilogy is not as strong. I wouldn't say that it's the Obelisk Gate's fault because of the nature of the story being told. That things have to be informed, things have to happen before the final instalment can happen. And I think that's important. If you're going to read the Broken Earth Trilogy, have all 3 books together so you can just literally binge read it in one go. And that way you're reading a whole story rather than 3 separate parts. I read the 5th season back in the summer, so for me it's not been too long since I read the start of the story. I can quite happily carry on, and I will go and get the 3rd instalment and finish the trilogy off, because I'm really keen to know where the story is going to go, how things are resolved, and is it ever going to get any better for the people that I actually care about in this story. So I'm really hoping that I can get my hands on that 3rd book, because the Broken Earth Trilogy is pretty amazing. I think it is something very special, and possibly slightly overlooked. And if we can get the word out that actually this is a worthy trilogy of sci-fi books to sit and read, not particularly because of the story they're telling, but yes, it is a pretty cool story, but the way the story is told and the characters and the desperation and the parallels with what's going on now in our world and historically in our world. And that, for me, is what good sci-fi does. It is a reflection of the time we are in. So please, if you've not read the Broken Earth Trilogy, go and get hold of a copy of the 5th season. Like I say, try and get book 2 and 3 at the same time so you can just read the story as one whole. So the Obelisk Gate, if you like thought-provoking, gut-wrenching sci-fi drama that's all about the characters, all character-driven, that is told in a very clever way and makes you question an awful lot of things that you thought you knew, please give this series a go. And the Obelisk Gate, again, read it as part of the trilogy and you'll be fine. Leave your thoughts down below in the comments section. It'd be really nice to hear what other people thought about this book and this series in general. Please don't spoil it though, because I have yet to read the 3rd instalment. So, you know, no spoilers please. We don't do spoilers here. As always, social media links and my book blog are down below in the description box, where I have possibly done a review on the Obelisk Gate. If not, there's definitely a review on the 5th season on there. You can go and find it. As always, thank you very much for watching and happy reading. Bye.